Someone once said something very important. In life, you don't get points. When people make room for you in their hearts, that's when you know you've passed. This is the story of a king who had a big kingdom, a strong army, and plenty of money. There was nothing missing from his life, but time doesn't wait for anyone. The king was getting old, and sickness had become his constant companion. His health was getting worse, and the royal doctor told him, "Your days are limited, my king. You must leave behind your worldly life and go into the forests. Let your children take care of the kingdom, and spend your last days in peace and prayer. You have cared for this kingdom your whole life. Now it's time to care for your soul." The king was worried, not because he was afraid to give up everything, but because he wanted someone to go with him. He had 4 queens, and he hoped one of them would join him in the forests. He first went to his 4th queen, the youngest queen, whom he had married later in life. He loved her very much and gave her many gifts, care, and luxury. Surely she would go with him. He went to her room with hope and said, "My queen, I have decided to give up everything and go into the forests. Will you come with me?" The 4th queen looked at him coldly and said, "What madness is this? You are free to go wherever you like, but I will stay here. This is my home, my palace." The king was shocked. He had given her everything, his time, his attention, and his love, but she refused without a second thought. He lowered his head in sadness and left her room, still holding on to hope. The king went to his 3rd queen. She was beautiful, charming, and loved by him. He had always admired her grace and beauty. Standing before her, he said, "I love you so much, my queen. I want to spend the last days of my life in the jungle. Will you come with me?" The 3rd queen laughed and replied, "Are you out of your mind? You can live your last days here in comfort. If you go to the forest, I will marry someone else and live happily. Why should I go with you?" Her words hurt his heart. He felt betrayed. Again, the king turned away, feeling even more disappointed. He then went to his 2nd queen, who had always been wise and clever. She was the one who helped him make important decisions, gave him advice in hard times, and supported him throughout his reign. Surely she would stand by him now. He said to her, "My queen, I am leaving everything behind to find peace in the jungles. Will you come with me?" The 2nd queen sighed and said softly, "My king, I have always supported you, and I love you very much, but I cannot go with you. However, I will make sure your last ceremonies are done with the respect and honor you deserve. You don't need to worry about that." The king felt very sad. Even the queen, who had always been his closest supporter, refused to go with him. She only promised to stay until his funeral. Just as he was about to leave in despair, a quiet voice called out from behind, "I will come with you, my king." The king turned around and saw a weak woman standing at the door. She wore no jewelry, no fine clothes, and her face showed signs of being neglected. She was the king's 1st queen, the one he had married first long ago. She had once been the love of his life, but over time he had forgotten her because of his other queens. Tears filled the king's eyes as he asked, You are willing to come with me?" She smiled and said, "Yes, my king. I will go with you to the jungles. I will stay by your side no matter how long it takes or where you go." The king felt ashamed. The queen he had ignored the most was the only one who was willing to stay with him. So, he left for the forest, with his 1st queen by his side. This story is not just about a king and his queens. It is about you, me, and all of us. Each of these queens stands for something important in our lives. The fourth queen is your body. We spend so much time caring for it, keeping it fit, dressing it nicely, and worrying about how it looks. But when our time comes, our body won't go with us. The third queen represents your material things, your cars, houses, clothes, and money. No matter how hard you work for them, they will belong to someone else when you leave. They won't come with you. The second queen represents your family and friends, the people you love the most. They will be with you through good times and bad, but they can only go with you until your funeral. After that, they can't follow you. And the first queen, the one we forget the most, is your soul. It is the only thing that stays with you through life and beyond. Yet we often forget to take care of it because it was given to us freely. We spend our lives chasing after the other queens, our body, things, and relationships, while completely ignoring our soul. We never stop to ask, what does my soul want? Am I truly happy? Think about it. Whenever you face a big decision in life, the voice that really matters is the voice of your soul, the voice inside you. True motivation comes from this voice. It is the only guide you need, so take care of your soul. Spend time in quiet. Meditate and listen to what your soul is telling you, because in the end, it is the only companion that will stay with you forever.